Over the last 5 years, I have tried and tested numerous cosplay companies so that you don't have to. As you know, I've done a lot of reviews, and now I've ranked some of my favorite cosplay companies so that you can see who exactly I trust, what I look for in a suit, and who can deliver that, as well as communication and timeline. So, like I said, over the past 5 years, I've been using a lot of different cosplay companies, sometimes personalized custom makers. This list has to do with the cosplay companies that are most likely to be used by a majority of the people, because I get it. Not everybody has thousands of dollars for a custom made suit, but there are cosplay companies out there that do these suits for anywhere from 80 to a few $100s, and some of the results are actually really great. So, starting with my number 5 pick. So, number 5, Rubies. So Rubies has been around forever. Rubies is a company that makes costumes that range from really, really basic, really kind of classic kids Halloween costumes to a little bit more pricey versions of them. Now, when I was a kid, I had like one of those latex Batman costumes that they had going around. Now, I remember this thing costing, and this is like 25 years ago probably, and I remember that thing costing $300 at that time. And it was fine. It had like a black undersuit, and all the pieces were separate, so you could see where it's separated and everything. And it was fine, I guess. I didn't love it. The cape was really cool. I remember the cape was awesome. It was made of like leather or something. So I think they still kind of do stuff like that still, but not as prevalent as they used to be. I know that they at one point did a really cool deluxe Darth Vader costume. So what I got from them was their licensed Superman 2025 costume, which I've done the review on. You can check out that. I'll link to all these suits in the description. This one was fine. It was like I think it was like 40 or 50 bucks or something. Picked it up, and it's what you would expect for a 40 or $50 costume. Like if you've got a really strict budget and you just want to kind of put something on that is a Superman costume that's kind of cool, definitely recommend. In terms of quality, it is cheap. It's not going to be something that lasts you more than a couple of years if you're wearing it over and over again. But definitely a lot of fun. Have you ever gotten a Rubies costume? Like, I'd love to know your thoughts. Comment down below. I'd love to know what cosplay companies that you use. Now, I know that Rubies is really popular, but there are others as well. So, moving on to number 4, Charby. So, these guys are a company much like Cosmanly's, Pro Cosplay, that kind of thing, where they have a lot of different types of costumes. Some of them, they have the high end. Some of them, they have their sort of, again, budget and economy one. I had gotten a Superman and Lois style suit from them. Now, this one was more of a tight, like spandexy type costume, so not like the Rubies costume, which isn't form-fitting at all. It's just, with Rubies, you're just going to get like something with a little bit of padding and loose, and it's fine. This one was a little bit more tight, fit really well, but again, it was like silk screened, so it's not the best quality out there. That said, that is a suit that looked great. You could take some good photos of it. So a lot of the times, even in a cheaper costume, if you got the right sort of editing technique or the right camera, you can actually make these suits look pretty good. I'll try to find an example, but this one was fine. It was like $60 or $70, and it's just one of those suits that it is going to be tight, so you're going to be feeling comfortable within yourself, and it's nice looking. It's not hugely high quality, but it is nice looking. Charby was great to work with. They shipped that thing out within a week, I think, and I got it within 3 or 4 weeks. And the reason that it took so long was just because here in Australia, whenever you're getting anything sent from anywhere, it does tend to take a little bit longer because of customs and everything. Actually, sometimes it feels like if I'm shipping within Australia, it takes even longer because the Australian Post. Kidding. Love you guys. Your work is amazing. Don't know if you can hear that truck. All right, so that was number 4. Number 3, I moved down to Pro Cosplay. So Pro Cosplay is a really famous one. So with them, I've gotten a Man of Steel version of from them. Now this one was mostly again just to work with them and see how how they worked in terms of communication. Now in terms of communication, They're fine. I found that I had to write them a couple of emails when I was following up with them before I'd get a response, but that's fine. Like they're busy. Like, I mean, I think they responded within the week usually. I generally feel a bit better if a company will respond within 72 hours. But when it takes like a week or two, and again, for the most part, they did. But if it takes longer than that, I'm kind of like, ugh. And now Pro Cosplay is really reputable. A lot of you have asked me, is Pro Cosplay like legit? They are. Like you're going to get what you pay for. You do want to be careful though. I will say when they came out with the Superman 2025 knitted version, their newest one, they did put it up with an athletic mannequin, and it made it look like the costume actually had a muscle suit underneath it, and it looked really great. But that's not actually what you're going to be getting. There's no muscle suit underneath it. I've yet to purchase this suit, but I have seen it off of that mannequin, so I know exactly what it is. But it is a stretch knit, so it does look interesting. I'm going to guess it's going to be pretty warm, but that'll probably be my next suit. But the stuff that I do have from Pro Cosplay, I definitely recommend. They have been around for a while, and they are to be trusted. Number two comes in with Uni Plus. So Uni Plus, that was the one who I've just most recently done. So they sent me that Superman high-end sort of legacy 2025 costume. And I will say it was great. Like working with them, like they were with me every step of the way. So when they were going to send this out to me, it was still first sort of starting to come out. So they were still getting the patterns and the materials all organized, but they kept me up to date with like every step of the way. So like, if I hadn't heard from them and I'd write them a message, like within 24 hours, they're getting back to me and they're like, yeah, this is where we are in the process. We're just waiting on this, and that, and then we'll be sending it out. They did send it out. Once they sent it out, it got here really super fast. No pun intended. So if you want to order from them and you're wanting to get something before Halloween, probably do it yesterday or today. Like so it's you're getting, it's getting to be time there, but the quality was really good. Only thing with that one, just the boots, like, and that's, you're gonna find that with a lot of these costumes, like unless you go to a really higher end maker, the boots that you're gonna get, they are kind of like they're giving foam sort of kind of thing, and they're fine, like they're okay, like they're not horrible, but they are a little bit blocky and stiff, and they don't quite fit as well as like something like say somebody like New Dream Props, Sebastian Glembo. He makes boots that are just like phenomenal. They're made out of leather. You're not going to find that with a lot of these companies, and if you do, you're going to be lucky. But yeah, that suit is really, really nice. I mean, check out my review. It's a really beautiful suit. That's all I'll say about that. And the number one comes in at SimCosplay. Now, the reason that SimCosplay is number one for me is because I've gotten the most suits from them. So in the past year, no, in the past year and a half, I've gotten their two Superman Legacy, Superman 2025 costumes. That's the budget and the premium one. Now, the premium one was that kind of first premium one that came out. That's a little bit baggy. It's made of cloth. Doesn't look amazing, but it's nice for what it is and the price of what it is. I have the review up as well. The same thing with the budget suit. I like the budget suit better, actually, because of how well it fits. It is obviously, it's cheaper material, but it's stretchy, and the muscle shading is actually really cool on it, and I think that looks like a cooler costume. But the problem with that one, of course, is it's got, silk screen boots, so you don't get real boots with that one unless you order them. You could certainly wear some over it. It might look weird. And the belt and the briefs, of course, that's all like silk screened into the suit. But they were really great. Like I ordered it within a month and a half, it was here. And that's the thing, folks, like with these cosplay companies, because a lot of them do come from overseas, you're probably not going to get it within like 2 weeks. You're probably looking at anywhere from 4 to 8 weeks, as many as 12 weeks, depending on where they are in the construction process, what time of year it is, that sort of thing. And then, of course, they sent me the Christopher Reeve costume. Now, that was an amazing, like, probably that, it's a tie between that Reeve costume and the Uni Plus high-end Superman 2025 costume. Like, okay, the Superman Christopher Reeve suit is like one of my favorite suits of all time. Like absolutely classic, just beautiful suit. Superman 2025. Wow, Superman 2025 suit. I like the high end version that Unibuy Plus sent me better than the version that I saw on screen, I think. But in terms of favorite suits to get from a budget cosplay company, those are my two favorite. Now, the Reeve suit was absolutely fantastic. Again, the boots do let it down. The belt kind of let it sit down, but not really, just because they did a weird thing with the buckle. They tied it to the belt rather than just glued it, which I thought was interesting. But again, check out my video. But I'd love to know who you've worked with these companies. Comment down below. I'd love to know. I'd love to hear your thoughts on your experiences. But also, do remember, if you did enjoy this video, please like, comment, subscribe, hit that notifications bell, ding, ding. There's now a new feature on YouTube. It's like a hyper like, I think, or an ultra like, something like that. If you click that, really, really helps me out, gets my video out there even further. So that'd be so cool if you could do that. Also, please do remember, if you do want to help keep my channel going, please make sure that you become a member. You get some different footage that isn't made. Wow, I can't speak. Isn't made. This should go into the members only, actually, as a blooper. No, I'll keep it in. It's not made public. So there's certain reviews on there that aren't to the public. There's certain backstage, behind the scenes bloopers of me on there, and just stuff that hasn't been released to the public in general. But that's about it. Be sure to follow me at Superfit Cosplay and on Instagram and TikTok. I don't know why I can't speak today, but there we are. Anyway, thank you so much for watching, and I will catch you next time.